Good evening, people. This is Big Boss Calvin 83. I want to discuss more about domestic violence and how women do need to take personal responsibility for the behavior, personal responsibility for being part of the problem, personal responsibility for antagonizing men that they have no business talking shit to a man, if they, especially hitting below the belt, verbally abusing the guy, provoking the man to hit him, initiating initiating the violence, or putting their hands on the man, and then when the man hits her back, y'all want to cry woman victimhood bullshit. You know, over 80% of the time, women initiate violence when it comes to domestic violence, but nobody talks about that. Everybody, the society and the powers that be, especially in this gynocentric, woman's world, female-dominated society known as America, wants people to. They want to basically, this society wants to promote this fucking narrative how men are just inherently violent and women are always the victims and can do no wrong. And watching the Housewives of Atlanta, I watched part of it. I couldn't watch the whole thing. I can't watch that show anymore because I get pissed the fuck off. I can't watch the Housewives of anything. Rather be the Housewives of Atlanta, Potomac, just any household, that Real Housewives of anything. But when it comes to the Negro female, well, and people and women, sisters, don't give me a hard time and say, well, you got Caucasian women doing ratchet shit on reality TV. First of all, let's get something straight. First of all, I'm a man of color, and you are a woman of color. I really don't give a fuck or what happens in the Caucasian community. I really don't give a fuck what happens in the Hispanic community. I really don't give a fuck what happens in the Latino community. I really don't give a fuck what happens in the Asian community, the East Indian community, the Middle Eastern community. I don't give a fuck about what these other groups do within their community and how they got crime. I don't give a shit about so-called white on white crime. I don't give a shit about Asian on Asian crime and Arab on Arab crime and crime within proximity within the community of those ethnic groups that they live at and reside in, or just the infighting that they have, because everybody got issues, you know what I'm saying, especially with men and women, because there's issues within each other. You got Caucasian men versus Caucasian women. You got Asian men versus Asian women. You got Latino men versus Latino women. You follow what I'm saying? And so on. So I really don't give a fuck about what other people do. I'm more concerned about my people, and I want my people to heal and overcome our issues and our adversities that we're going through in this country and worldwide. The fact of the matter is that we have a gender war in this, and I mean, between so-called black men and so-called black women, is a problem. We are divided. We are each other's throats. You got the women thinking that the men are the enemy. You got men thinking that the women are the enemy, and we can't get along and coexist with one another, nor respect each other. And that's what bothers me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to read this, as you see, and I'm going to give my commentary along the way and my final thoughts. So I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to start reading. Kenya Moore drags Sheree Whitfield for suggesting that Kenya antagonizes Matt Jordan's violence. Let me read that again, because Kenya Moore dragged Sheree Whitfield for suggesting that Kenya antagonized Matt Jordan's violence. I was wondering which housewife was going to bring the term alternative facts into play first. But I just didn't think it would happen this soon. Kenya Moore went in on her mortal enemy, Sheree Whitfield, for the comments that she made about Kenya antagonizing Matt Jordan's violent behavior. Normally I love it when Sheree and Kenya beef. And that's the problem for our community, that we keep fighting over some dumb shit. But I digress. They usually both cross the line pretty equal. So it all comes out in the wash and ends up being pretty hilarious. So basically we're laughing at some coon shit. But I digress. But I feel like Sheree was definitely in the wrong with this one. Actually, I disagree with the offer, but I digress. I'm going to tell you why. Since when does someone getting violent the victim's fault? I'm going to explain that in a bit, but onward. That's like me blaming Sheree's behavior for Bob Whitfield skipping out on years of child support. It makes no sense. First of all, I'm gonna address that child support thing. First of all, child support is fucking bullshit. It should be called woman support. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. Sheree's ex-husband at the time, last time I checked, he was not in jail for not paying child support. He did what he had to do to whether you women feel he got out of it or he took the coward's way out to not paying child support. First of all, Sheree's ex-husband, Bob Whitfield, don't owe Sheree a goddamn thing. If you watch that episode, which I did because I watched this a long time ago, Bob Whitfield said he will provide his son, his children, a fucking home when they come to visit him. He even said that he can take custody of the kids if she can't afford to take care of the kids financially. Sheree didn't want that. This bitch is talking. Yeah, I'm gonna say she a bitch on this one. Is trying to feels entitled. This man has not played football in how long? She's on a reality show making extra money, buying $15,000 handbag, and then talk about, oh, you need to pay me. I don't know who filed for divorce, but I'm pretty sure the bitch did. Women, this is 2010s. This is the year 2010. The year 2017, 2010, we are damn near close to 2020. And y'all bitches feel entitled to a man's money. When you break up with that man, right, I don't give a damn who fault it is. Women, since you're the majority at the time, file for divorce. If thanks to no fault divorce, this is why you have the fuckery of broken families. Thanks to feminism. You women y'all women say you want equal rights. You want to be equal to a man. I don't have no problem with that. But my thing is, if you want to be equal to a man, expect to be treated like a man. Expect to be accountable for your fucking actions. Okay? Y'all want equal pay for doing the same job, but most of y'all don't want to do the same job and don't want to take on the same responsibility of that job, but you want a handout. You just want it because you feel entitled to extra shit. You want equal pay, but when it comes to the date, you want the man to pay for the date, even though you got your own money. Even though you got your own money, bank account, job, house, car, or wherever you live in, even if it's an apartment, you have your own stuff, but you feel a man owes you a fucking living. He don't owe you a fucking living. Never have, and not gonna happen. He doesn't. It doesn't, especially in this time when women talk about, I want equality. A lot of you women do not want equality. You want female privilege. You want advantage. You want special treatment because you menstruate every fucking month. Yeah, I said it. And some of y'all are going through menopause. You feel because you have a coochie that you deserve special treatment, but you want to be treated like a man, but at the same time, be treated like a female when it comes to getting special perks. You want the privileges of being a woman with the special treatment, chivalry. You want a guy to be chivalry. You want a man to be chivalrous. All men to be chivalrous towards you 24/7, but you want to be treated like a man. You want to be a man's equal, but you want a man to respect you and and when I mean respect you as a woman, but you want to be treated as a man's equal, be treated like a man. But when it comes to being held accountable, hell, you don't want that. But you want a man to be give you chivalry 24/7, no matter if you are behaving good or behaving badly. Most of the time, you bitches behave badly. You feel entitled to a man giving you shit, providing for you and taking care of you when you're a fucking adult. I thought women were more mature than men, but I guess that was a fucking lie and propaganda of a feminist narrative. But I digress, which it is. But okay, but I'm gonna first of all, if Sheree, my thing is, women, if you feel you have to take a man and to go to the court system and beg for a man to pay for you and your you want to take a man's kids, but you can't afford to provide for your kids, even though you're getting help, not just from the man, but you're getting help from the fucking government. You're getting public assistance on top of that, but it ain't enough. Meanwhile, you got men who are, especially single fathers, who don't get no damn help, but we can make ends meet, struggling. We can't even get time off. You women take the most days off. You always want to leave early. Some of y'all come late, or most of y'all don't bullshit in your job, bullshit in your career. Some of you fucking suck your way to the top. Some of y'all, I mean, the reason why y'all don't get the same pay is because y'all don't do the same work. You don't put in the same hours. Y'all take a lot of days off. Y'all take, or most of y'all work part-time. You get maternity leave and shit. Not only that, y'all don't know how to negotiate. Y'all dressing all provocative and sexy and trying to seduce your fucking boss to give you a promotion. But you're the side chick. You know some of y'all know the man got a girlfriend or he married likely. So you fucking and sucking him, and then when you don't get what you want, then you want to cry sexual harassment. Bitch, that's your damn fault. You put yourself in that situation. First of all, most of the time you women come up to men when men are in a position of power. Most of the time, y'all flirt with the dude. You want to do all these sexual things. You get all sexual. You get him on board with his guard down. Then he acts on his sexual desires. That's what you provoke. And then when he does it, and then when he demands you to do certain freaky things with him, and you're okay with it, but the minute he says, well, I don't want to fuck with you no more, or y'all going to let you go, or I'm not going to promote you, you're not going to get the raise, and then you want to cry sexual harassment and cry, oh, you want to contact the National Organization for Women. And you know, Caucasian females are very good at that, but you sisters think you can do the same thing that these pale-skinned monkey bitches can do, but you can't. Okay? You're not white identified. You're not a so-called white female. You don't have white female privilege. You don't have that shit. Accept it. Just like a so-called black man knows he don't have so-called white male privilege, we accept it that we're never going to be equal to the Caucasian man. You know, he cheated his way through life, being a fucking thug, being a fucking terrorist, being a fucking colonizer, enslaving people, subjugating people, taking advantage of them, raping and pillaging the fuck out of people, stealing, manipulating shit. We accept that we don't have the same privilege like he does. But you women, you so-called black women, think you can do the same thing as a Caucasian female can do. I don't understand, but laugh at me. You always told your sons, You so-called black mothers, right, or you aunts, tell your sons, tell your nephews, tell your cousins, stay away from that so-called white female. She's dangerous, and I agree with you on that to a certain extent. But y'all dangerous too, because my thing is, you saying stay away from the Caucasian female, but you want to be girlfriends and homegirls of the Caucasian female and support the feminist bullshit. Okay? And then when you become, I'm a feminist, woman's empowerment, they don't see you as a fucking woman. You're seen as a fucking bitch. You're seen as a fucking whore. You're seen as a fucking mammy. You're seen as a fucking ugly ass bitch. Okay? You're not considered, you're 3/5 of a fucking woman. You're 3/5 of a fucking human being. Don't you understand that? And then when some shit happens to you, and you're victimized by a Caucasian male, likely, most of the time, you're victimized by the Asian man beating you up and dragging you out to his fucking store. Then you want to, or you're sexually harassed by Caucasian males, or beaten up, or terrorized by the fucking cops, harassed by the cops, or even killed by the fucking cops. Too, they don't tell you that because they don't fit. Then you'll start to wake up and realize that you're not equal to the Caucasian female. And my thing is, when you are victimized as a so-called black woman and face discrimination, where's the national organization for women for you? Where are the Caucasian females at talking about this women's empowerment shit? Where are these other ethnicities of women who are feminists? What are they doing for you? Where are the gay people, these other ethnic groups? What are they doing for you? They're never there by your side. You have no allies. You have no friends. You know what I'm saying? Caucasian women and just women, period, so-called non-black women, don't have your fucking back when it comes to women's empowerment. That's why you should stay the fuck away from the feminist movement. You should stay away from that Caucasian female, because they will turn on you and stab you in the fucking back. I have women in my family who got played by Caucasian females, mainly, and other ethnic group of women. Caucasian females, other shades of brown of ethnic women of color, who threw black women underneath the damn bus. But y'all don't learn. Y'all don't learn. But I didn't even go far off. But my thing is, women, if you're gonna break up with your man and take the kids, if you can't afford to pay to provide a roof over your children's fucking head, you can't afford to pay and take care of your children financially, or teach your children, raise your children right, then you should not be fighting for custody. If you got to drag this man and my thing is, you should never take kids from the man. You should never take a man's children away from him. Okay? Then file child support. Feeling you're entitled to his fucking resources. Using the kids as a fucking meal ticket. You do the same shit with the welfare thing. WIC. Welfare, WIC, and public assistance. You use these kids as fucking bargaining chips, meal tickets, to support your lazy fat ass. Your lazy ass. If you gotta take a man to court to force him to pay child support, which is fucking prostitution, you obviously can't take care of the kid financially if you demand so much help, but you're still struggling. Let him have sole custody of the kids, and you visit him every other weekend. Or you know what I'm saying? You visit the kids every other weekend. Okay? Let him have sole custody of the kids. If you actually believe he should take care of his kids, especially financially, but even though it takes more than finances to raise a child, but y'all don't give a shit about that. No, because you want money. You want free money. And you want to be head of the household, but you don't want to be accountable for nothing. And then when these kids turn out fucked up, oh, it's his fault. When you kept him out of the kids, the man's children's life. My thing, Sheree, and anybody listening, I don't believe in child support. I don't agree with it. I'm against it. Now, the only time I would probably agree with it, now, if this woman was raped, she can decide if she wants to have the man's baby or get an abortion. And she does have the man's baby, then that man should pay restitution. And I'll say the same thing in reverse. If this man was raped by a chick, and yes, this shit happens, and the chick is pregnant, she should That if the man wants to have, he should not be responsible to pay child support if he's a fucking rape victim. He should have sole custody of the kids, and she paid child support. You have women who have kids and give their children off, put them up for adoption, or give it, or the man gets custody of the kids, and she's not required to pay child support. They say, oh, she's required to, but it's not enforced like they enforce a man to pay child support. You have women giving up the kids for adoption, or giving them off to other families, whether it be her family or the man's side of the family, her baby father's side of the family, but she's not required by the state to pay child support, and that system needs to change. And that's why I say men don't have no reproductive rights, and women are the choosers. They choose who they get to lay up with. They have the choice, right? They want to have a baby or not. They fought for abortion rights, and they have the right to procreate and give birth to that child, and force that man to pay for something that he didn't want, or he wanted, but she took it away from him. That's the problem. I'm just going to say it like this. Men don't owe you shit. And Sheree to demand child support when she's actually making way more money than her fucking ex-husband is absurd. And feel entitled to a man's shit, but because the bitch is selfish. You bitches who do that is selfish. I'm going to say it like that. I didn't mean to go off course. I just had to get that straightened out. Now this bitch this is probably written by a fucking woman, likely. Now the next part of this article, I don't blame Kenya for going in this time. I don't blame Kenya for going in this time. I don't blame Kenya for going in this time. I know that Kenya loves to push people's buttons. She does that shit. But no matter how she acts, it's not just it is not. Let me read that. I don't blame Kenya for going in this time. I know that Kenya loves to push people's buttons, but no matter how she acts, it is not justification for anyone to get out of control the way Matt has. Child, girl, women, I'm gonna have to let me finish this. Rather, the drama is staged like people suspect or not. The principle holds true, and ultimately, Matt is in control of his own actions. Rather, he's playing along with Kenya's storyline ideas, or if it is 100% real. Let me tell you something, bitches. Before I finish this, okay. When you deliberately fuck with people and you antagonize them, provoke them, get in their fucking face, insult them, degrade them, ridicule them, especially in public and especially on national television, and you want to pick a fight with somebody, you don't know. First of all, you cannot, and people will, let me say this, people will only fuck with people who don't have no self-control. First of all, my thing is, why would you purposely put yourself in danger to fuck with another person who you know don't have who's crazy, probably crazy? Why would you provoke him? Why would you degrade them? Why would you openly disrespect him? Why would you be belligerent and confrontational and pick a fight that you know you probably cannot win? Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Why would you do that? You saying people got self-control. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of people who can take some. Some people can brush it off, but I know a lot of people who can't brush it off. When someone's being provoked and disrespected and humiliated and antagonized, and someone wants to get confrontational towards another person, when a person is being antagonizing another person and pushing their buttons and disrespecting them and insulting them on a constant basis, especially being abusive, bullying them, when you back them up into a corner, they're going to snap and come out fighting. That's what happens. Women, you cannot fuck with people, especially a fucking man. Provoke him and antagonize him. Get in his face, put your hands on him, expect him to just sit there and take it. Nobody does that. But you want to say, well, he should have self-control. Excuse me. Let me say this. Let me say it was in reverse. Let's say Matt Jordan. I think that, let me just say Matt. Let's say Matt was provoking Kenya, antagonizing Kenya, disrespecting Kenya, playing with her emotions and feelings, and belittling her, verbally abusing her, bullying her, and then she snaps one and starts flipping out of control. If she did that, you same women would make this, well, he shouldn't have done that. That's what he gets. You go, girl. But see, it's okay for a woman to snap and not have no self-control, and she don't have to control her behavior. Don't have to have no self-discipline. It's okay for her to snap and put her hands on a man, beat the shit out of him. Oh, that's okay. But if a man does it, he's wrong. So you think men are fucking robots? You think we're a fucking rock? I don't care who you are, male or female, straight or gay, so-called black or white, or any other color. I'll say that one more time. I don't care if you are male or female, straight or gay, black, white, or brown, or what have you, whatever other color. You do not have the right to openly be rude, disrespectful, and mean to other people, and purposely antagonize them and provoke them to the point where they snap, go over the edge. You do not have that right to do that. You are responsible for initiating the violence, the conflict, the confrontation. Especially when this person has told you to stop. Especially when this person is trying to walk away from you. But you want this person to take the abuse. You wouldn't want a man to take the verbal abuse and the disrespect, the hostility, the mood swings, the drama. You want us to be like a fucking computer and just sit back and just take it with a smile. And then when we do take it with a fucking smile, you fake we're weak and you keep doing it. You keep bullying. You keep harassing. You keep playing with her emotions and feelings. But you don't like it when people do that to you. It does matter what somebody else do to somebody. Or when a person, I don't feel sympathy. Anytime anybody fucks with other people and that person gets their ass whooped or killed, you're not the person who started is the shit starter. I have no sympathy, and I don't look at it as you a fucking victim. I look at you as a troublemaker who got what you fucking deserve. Okay, end of story. Y'all need to stop. Women, specifically people, but specifically women, you need to stop doing shit to people and try to dictate the consequences. Stop saying, "Well, it's just words." When you know damn well someone calls you a name, you cry. Or says something about your looks, you cry. Your hair, your body, your weight, your age. Whether you have something or not. Your economic status, how much money you have. You cry, you lose it. Or somebody bring up something in your past and it strikes a chord. Y'all can't handle it. So my thing is, treat somebody the way you want to be treated. So basically in this part, Kenya absolutely dragged Sheree on Instagram. Really, Kenya? I pictured Kenya shouting when I read, "Shame on you, Sheree." After that, Kenya summarized the situation that we saw play out during the disastrous group dinner. The last episode, Sheree tried to antagonize me about Matt. Matt is breaking up your windows. We all saw Sheree bring up Matt's. Let me read that quote. Sheree tried to antagonize me about Matt. Matt is breaking up your windows. We all saw Sheree bring up Matt breaking up my windows. No woman should be blamed for a man being violent or accused of provoking a man. Sisters, I've told you, you women, you want to act like dudes, you want to talk shit, you want to play with a man's emotions and feelings, you want to provoke a man, you want to start some bullshit. My thing is, I was always told, don't start something you can't fucking finish. My thing, women, don't start shit with a man knowing that you know damn well you can't fucking win. You cannot physically beat a man's ass. I don't care how many Kill Bill, Angelina Jolie, these women, martial artists, these female martial artists, these female fighters that you see in the movies nowadays, Charlie's Angels. I don't give a damn how many roles that you see in today's movies that are so feminized with women acting like superheroes and kicking men's butts. That's TV. That's all movie. That's all stage. It's a fucking script. This is not TV. We live in the real world. And if you do something to a man has the right to knock the fuck out of you. Rather you feel easy, rather it's justified or unjustified. You cannot antagonize and push people's buttons constantly and expect nobody to respond. Sheree, I stand with Sheree. Sheree is not blaming Kenya for Matt's behavior. Sheree is blaming Kenya for being a shit starter. Sheree is holding Kenya accountable for fucking with people. And then she want to play victim. Like she all innocent and shit. No, Kenya, you ain't innocent, bitch. When you start fucking with people, you start provoking them, disrespecting them, belittling them, jerking them around, playing with their emotions and feelings, and bullying them, and being abusive and being passively aggressive towards somebody with your disrespect, and treating them like they don't fucking matter, and that person snaps and unleashes and attacks your ass or breaks shit or flips the fuck out, you are just to blame. Women, like I said earlier, 80%, approximately over 80% of the time, approximately over 80% of the time, women initiate domestic violence. Like when a woman will say something or put their hands on a man, and then you have domestic violence. I don't see, when people start shit and fuck with people, I don't see you as a fucking victim when you get your teeth knocked out. Same, and I don't give a damn if you get mad. When women start strip teasing, prick teasing, and start teasing, playing with a man's sexual arousal, and then she want to pump the brakes and say, oh, I don't know, oh, no. And then you're going to get on man horny, and he's doing this thing, and all of a sudden you want to pump the brakes and think it's funny? No, that's some dirty ass shit. Don't do that shit. Because if a man pull that game, I've seen women flip out and kill men the same damn way. But when a woman does that to a man, when you get raped by fucking with men, playing with our sexual arousal, and you get raped because of it or killed, I have no sympathy for your dumb ass, bitch. To all you bitches who do that shit, that's fucking wrong. Okay? It's wrong. So Kenya needs to grow the fuck up and stop fucking with people. Sheree is holding your dumb ass accountable. Sheree is trying to save your dumb ass life. Kenya Moore. And to all you women who think like and do shit like Kenya Moore, y'all need to stop it. We don't have no time for this shit. It's time to grow the fuck up. Women, y'all claim to be so intelligent, you claim to be so mature for your age, but y'all still playing games and fucking with people, especially men. And it needs to stop. Y'all acting like y'all still playing the same games with men like you did back in middle school, back in high school. Still doing that same shit. Drama, ridiculously. Mind games, stop that shit. It don't fucking work. When men start getting hit to the game, when a man becomes conscious, because let me tell you something, if Matt was conscious, a conscious man, like me. You try that shit, I'm just not gonna deal with you. I'm like, have a nice life, bitch. Bitch, bye. And that's me. I'm not gonna entertain your bullshit, bitches. Men like me ain't gonna entertain it. We don't got time for it. Especially when you sisters are bitching and crying about your biological clock. Oh, you need a man. You want to get married, and here you are fucking around. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. You know what I mean? Women, y'all just need to stop it. Y'all, especially you sisters, you need to stop the bullshit. But I digress. Nah, but like the fact that y'all read this. This is ridiculous. But the situation gets. But this is the part I believe I left off on. But the situation gets icy when Kenya started talking about Sheree's personal life when she asserted a woman who been abused before know better than to say something ignorant and ruthless. No, bitch. Sheree's telling you from experience, cut the bullshit out. And for Kenya to go below the belt and put her business out like that, rather she told you in confidence, I don't give a damn if she told you openly, but if she told you in confidence and for you to bring that up about her personal life like that and try to humiliate her because of the fact that you can't handle the truth, Kenya Moore, that is some shitty ass shit. If I was Sheree, I would beat your ass. But I digress. Kenya admitted, I've been very open about my season 1 that I have been abused at age 16. I'm going to read that again. Kenya admitted, I've been very open from my season 1 that I have been abused at the age of 16. Domestic violence is no laughing matter. Preach, girl. You're not wrong. Sheree was really out of line for bringing up such a personal issue to get a rise out of Kenya for the sake of good TV. No, Kenya is wrong for that. I don't care what you say, you stupid ass bitch, for typing up this fucking report. This blanket statement apparently aimed at multiple cast members. These girls will do anything to slander me and turn the clear truth into a hateful lie. I wonder who else she could be shedding with that line. She continued, I pray for Sheree because it is clear that she is so obsessed with me. She will say and do anything. Nah, Sheree don't give a damn about you, boo. Kenya, she don't give a fuck about you. Kenya also asserted, we want the truth is in black and white. My jaw literally dropped when Kenya finished her lengthy rant by citing some iconic Real Housewives of Atlanta fights that included OG cast members Kim Zolak. I don't know how do you say Kim's last name, so I'm gonna just say Kim Zolak. Zolak and Nene Leakes. And didn't she pull Kim Zolak wig or point fingers in my face? And Nene Leakes right number Attorney Facts number Real Housewives of Atlanta. It is so hard to know what to believe when watching reality TV. Is this reality or are we watching a fabricated storyline? Unfortunately, it can be really tough to tell sometimes. Nevertheless, I feel like the bottom line here is the victim is not at fault. Actually, you're not a victim when you start some bullshit and put yourself in danger with your fucking ignorance and stupidity and making poor choices. You're not a victim. You're a shit starter who became a victim. But the person that you fucking with is the real victim that reacted. You know, I'm back. Now, this is the last thing I want to touch on in this report. Kenya Moore, related to Sheree Whitfield's history of abuse, confused about Sheree's attack on her later. Kenya Moore shouldn't really ever be surprised when a castmate has an issue with her. But on The Real Housewives of Atlanta this week, she was shocked when Sheree Whitfield turned on her during Phaedra Park's absolutely ridiculous restoration service. Especially because Kenya had confronted Sheree earlier that day after Bob Whitfield callously joked about abusing Sheree in the past. Kenya recalls Bob's comments that sent everyone reeling and ultimately caused Sheree to break down in tears. The entire conversation turned my stomach and made me want to exact revenge upon. I'm sorry, people. The entire conversation turned my stomach and made me want to exact revenge upon him for Sheree. I wanted to defend her from the pain he was causing her in that moment. It wasn't funny, and I know all too well what that feels like. Really. Emphasizing with Sheree's domestic abuse pain, Kenya blogs, I've been very open about a former physically and mentally abusive relationship I suffered when I was 16 years old. Okay. Bob Cavalier account of the abuse was reckless and sadistic. I knew her former abuse. Regardless of the disagreement Sheree and I had, we are both women. Here we go with that feminist sisterhood bullshit, but I digress. My job was to defend and protect her. There's no excuse for abuse. There's no excuse for you inciting abuse. First of all, the way I see it, Sheree made a poor choice. This is what a lot of you women marry these dudes for solely for money when you're young and dumb and emotional. Y'all practice this hypergamy. Y'all look for dudes who are good looking, got swag, got money, especially money. And then when you don't, then now all of a sudden you want this dude that you solely picked for money to have good, righteous, holier than thou character, be sanctified, have morals and integrity, and be intelligent and know how to treat you right. When you should have went for a man's character first, and all the other accolades and all the other qualities and all the other superficial bullshit, which are like money, would have came later if you would have chose right. But a lot of you women choose men based off of money, superficial bullshit, shallow qualities. And a lot of you women, when you don't get your way, y'all provoke men, you antagonize men, you disrespect men. As far as Kenya being victim of domestic abuse at age 16, first of all, my thing is, what beats me is that, what did she do? How did she conduct herself? Why were you fucking with a dude who was abusive? What kind of man was he? Before you met him, what the fuck was he doing before you met him? Before you got in a relationship with him? She don't talk about that. How did you conduct yourself? What buttons did you push? I'm not excusing anybody for hitting anybody, but nobody should hit anybody. A woman shouldn't hit a man, and a man shouldn't hit a woman. But at the same time, women, if you want to get in a man's face and talk shit and invade his space and slap him around, then all of a sudden he gets tired of your ass and goes off on you, curses you out, or slaps the shit out you, or do all the above, that's your fault. That's not abuse. I mean, that's just self-defense. If you hit a man and that man has the right to hit you back, it's no different. If a man hits another man, if a man hits a man first, if a man hits a man first, and that man retaliates for being hit, nobody, it called it self-defense. When a woman hits another woman, and that woman who got hit from that woman hits her back, that's self-defense. That's retaliation. You have a right to retaliate. But when a woman hits a man, let me say this: when a man hits a woman, and that woman hits her back, or a man insults a woman and she insults him, oh, that's self-defense. You're standing up for yourself. But when a woman hits a man, and that man hits her back, if this man was disrespected by this chick and he curses her out and tells her off, oh, he's abusive, he's violent, and all this shit. My thing is, like I said before, women, you want equality? Whoop, whoop, there it is. Y'all want equal pay? You want to do what a man does? You want to be a man's equal? But guess what? Kiss chivalry goodbye. Kiss it goodbye. Okay? You can kiss chivalry goodbye. No man should be chivalrous to a woman who's not a fucking lady. If you want a man to be a gentleman, y'all should never fought for women's rights. When actually you didn't fight for equality, you fought for female privilege. You fought for advantages. You fought for power. You didn't care about equality. If you were about equality, you would make sure everybody's equal 50-50. You don't care about what the man's plight is and what we go through, what we suffer in this society. But you want us to care about you and your fucking problems, or should I say so-called problems and your issues. But you don't want to support a man. Look at, I mean, we spend billions of dollars on women's health, but when we look at men's health, we get less than $1 million of funding. That ain't right. Sorry for the interruption. I got interrupted. Okay, so I'm going to pick off where I left off. But the ladies' connection lasted only as long as a van ride, it seems. Excuse me. Because when the group came together later at Phaedra's bidding to heal, Sheree came at Kenya first. Kenya explains the backstory. In a previous episode, Sheree stated, I provoke people, and I need to find out why Matt's breaking my windows. I was shocked that she would blame me for a man's abusive behavior. And I'm going to read that again. I was shocked that she would blame me for a man's abusive behavior. I admonished her for making mockery of my situation, citing the fact that she has been an abused woman herself, which she denied at the time. I often confuse Sheree at constant attacks against me, continues Kenya. She blamed me for Tammy's nephew in Miami demeaning, degrading, and attacking us. She blamed me for Matt's violent behavior, and she turned on me after I defended and consoled her with Bob in the van. Her misplaced anger towards me should be directed at her abuser, not me. No excuse for abuse. Hold on, let's see. Let's see, one second. I want to see how far, because I'm going to give my comedy. I'm going to dig in her ass. Not copying to the fact that she's basically attacked and smeared Sheree at every opportunity since she shared a screen, which seems to be the real issue. Kenya goes on express her discontent with trivializing of domestic violence on Real Housewives of Atlanta in general.
It is disheartening to me to see women bicker and fight, seemingly trivializing domestic violence. The facts are no laughing matter. 1 in 4 women in the U.S. will experience domestic violence in their lifetime. Domestic violence is the third leading cause of homelessness among families. Every 3 seconds, a woman is murdered by an immediate partner. When you grow up living with domestic violence, you experience childhood. When you grow up living with domestic violence, you experience childhood domestic violence. We are all affected, and we are all one. Closes Kenya, who, although a bit twisted in everything she does, has a valid point. Rather, her statements about bonding through shared experience will translate into authentic personal relationships on the show is another matter entirely. Tell us, were you surprised Sheree turned on Kenya after they bonded in the van? First of all, and in this part, Kenya, and to you women out there, I saw Sheree for the umpteenth time is not blaming Kenya for Matt's violence behavior. Now, but before I even go into that, I want to talk about Tammy's nephew. First of all, Kenya fucked with Tammy's nephew. She provoked him. She antagonized him. She was rude to him, condescending. The guy did not want to be bothered. Kenya felt some type of way because this damn near 50-year-old woman is trying to hit on some younger ass dude. I'll say that again. A woman in her late 40s is trying to get attention from a guy in his early to mid 20s. She was howling at him. She was snapping at him. She was being rude, condescending, trying to create drama, trying to get his attention, being annoying as hell. And then she was rude, talking like a condescending, racist ass Caucasian person, saying, you made me uncomfortable, you made us uncomfortable. When I saw Tammy's nephew, based on what I've seen, he did not make nobody uncomfortable. The only thing is he was a little out of pocket by being overwhelmed. But when I mean out of pocket, he was a fan, so he went up to Candy, talked to Candy. Candy didn't want to be bothered, so he caught an attitude. He got a little nasty. In response, Candy felt threatened by that. Well, I don't know why she would feel threatened by that. Again, I tell you women, don't be so rude. Don't be so mean. Don't be so nasty. I don't give a shit what kind of mood you're in. If a dude is nice to you or trying to talk to you, if you do not want to be bothered, respectfully decline and say, hey, I'm not feeling well. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to talk like you. Thank you for approaching me and talking to me. It made me feel good. Now I just want to just be at my peace. Respectfully. Now, the only time you should be responding in a hostile mood, and in a nasty mode, if he's nasty towards you. Candy was being a bitch because she was pregnant, but my thing is, control yourself, bitch. If the dude was respectfully trying to talk to you, if you didn't want to be bothered, just say you don't want to be bothered. But he just got a little, nasty, a little hostile, a little rude, hard an attitude, gave her a stare down. She felt threatened. My thing is, women, I've told you over and over again, stop trying to think you can take on a man, especially so-called black women. Y'all only do this to brothers. You don't do this to Latino men, because they will knock your ass out. You don't do this to Arab men, because they will light your ass up, and they don't play that shit. You don't do this to Asian men, East Indian men, because they will beat your ass. You damn sure don't do this to Caucasian men. You don't talk outside of your neck and be disrespectful and rude and shit. No, you giggle and smile even if you're not in a good mood, because this motherfucker will kill you, will disenfranchise you more so systematically and economically and blackball you. That's why a lot of you women across the board, especially so-called black women, have a lot of respect for Caucasian males. That's why y'all don't act out of pocket when you're dealing with them, because they control your destiny. You're subjugated under their rule. And I understand that now. since so-called black men don't have no damn power in society, y'all feel you could talk to us any old kind of way and fuck with us because we can't do shit to you. And if we do shit to you, all you gotta do is call Mr. Whitey, and then we would get arrested or we would get shot and killed by a Caucasian supremacist cop. Most of the time, male cop, a Caucasian male supremacist cop. Okay. So men of color in this society have no damn power. Now getting to that, when Kenya felt some type of way about Tammy's nephew, Candy told Kenya and everybody else, but everybody was cool with him. Kenya would use that to talk instead of basically. She should have pulled him to the side and say, "Come outside." Well, I didn't. She should have said, "I didn't like the way you told Candy told me some things." Confront him respectfully. Say, even if we was drunk, respectfully say, "Hey, you know, we're going to bed. We ain't feeling. We're about to shut it down. We'll catch up later," or some shit like that. She should have had Tammy escort her nephew out. What Kenya did, what the bitch did, was rude, talk condescending, mean and nasty, talk about, "You made me uncomfortable." What is uncomfortable? When everybody was fine, except you and Candy did not like dude. You were just mad because Tammy's nephew did not give you the time of day. You were flirting with dude. You invited dude over to the house in Miami, partying and shit. But all of a sudden, because he didn't want to fuck with you, you wanted to be nasty and rude and be obnoxious and condescending like a typical racist ass Caucasian bitch who can't get no so-called black dick, so you gotta be a fucking bitch and talk about, "You made me uncomfortable. I feel frightened." Caucasian supremacist female talking points. Feminist talking points. Caucasian female supremacist feminist misandric talking points. And Phaedra called you out for being a fucking coon. And Kenya, what you did was a coon. Now, I'm not saying with Tammy's nephew flipping out, calling her a little bitch and getting all hostile and addicted, want to physically beat the shit out of Kenya. But I don't know. But fellas, people, men and women, ladies and gentlemen, we don't know what Kenya did behind the scenes to get the guy to go off like that. There's a pattern going on with Kenya. Kenya likes to fuck with people. You had she provoked Portia. She antagonized her. She insulted her on national TV, humiliated her, and screamed out loud in that shouting thingamajiggy. I don't know what it's called, but that loudspeaker. And then Portia lost it and whooped her ass. Or try to whoop her ass. And then Kenya want to play victim want to do some coon shit and want to get the sister arrested by the fucking Caucasian supremacist police department. Kenya always doing some coon shit. I do not like this bitch Kenya. Kenya is a fucking Negro pin, coon, mammy, Negro bedwitch bitch. Okay? Kenya is always doing some feminist coon shit. And I can't stand the fucking bitch. She's always being rude and disrespectful to brothers, talking about so-called black men are gay and on the down low, and they're with white women. Some bullshit like that. Kenya never takes personal. Kenya Moore never takes no responsibility for her shortcomings, for her failures and fuck-ups and poor choices in life. This bitch never takes no ounce of credit for her failure, but she'll take credit for all the successes when she was like Evelyn Lozada would say, a non-motherfucking factor in. Okay? I can't stand Kenya Moore because she's on some cool shit. And Phaedra called you out and talk about, you sound like a racist ass Caucasian bitch, you know, flirting with so-called black men, and then when you don't get no fucking dick or no attention from a so-called black man, you want to talk about, I'm scared, I'm fearful of my life, he's gonna kill me, he's gonna harm me, he's gonna rape me, type of bullshit. Kenya called you on your fucking self-hating ass coon shit. You sounded like a racist Caucasian female. Playing that bullshit stereotype that so-called black men are violent and shit, and you always throw brothers underneath you always throw so-called black men underneath the fucking bus, Kenya. And I'm tired of you throwing brothers underneath the bus, cooning on TV, cooning with these Caucasian folks. with your bullshit, especially, and you talking about this black feminist bullshit. And like I said, if you are a so-called black woman who's a feminist, you are a fucking Negro pen, coon, Negro bedwench motherfucker, cunt, a low-life, mammy-ass bitch. And I'll say that one more fucking time. If you are a so-called black woman and you are a feminist, you are nothing but the lowest mammy, Negro bedwench, handkerchief head, coon, Negro pen ass bitch who's just the Caucasian male's concubine. You're the side chick. You're a bedwench. You a fucking sellout. Now Matt's on Kenya's I don't know, I'll just say ex-boyfriends or basically ex-boyfriend, ex-fiance's behavior, Matt's behavior, Kenya's ex's behavior. The reason why he's flipping the fuck out, because there's a pattern. Kenya likes to fuck with people. Kenya likes to play games. Kenya is very immature. She acts like she's fucking 15, 16, just playing games with people's emotions and feelings, especially men. She likes to dick them around, be rude, nasty, condescending, and bossy. But when it comes to Caucasian males, like typical sisters, you're nice and sweet and loving and affectionate and very girly and feminine and ladylike. You don't play no, I'm a strong so-called black woman, I'm a bitch and I'm proud. I snap my neck. I talk shit. I emasculate you. I belittle you. I'm belligerent. I'm hostile. I want to pick a fight with you. And then when I get my ass beat or get knocked the fuck out or get bitch slapped into reality that I can't beat no man's ass, oh, then I want to play the so-called white woman card and call the police and say, oh, this black man I'm afraid of this black man. He's going to harm me and kill me. He's going to rape me. Type of bullshit. I can't stand when sisters do some coon-ass shit. Coon-ass, misandric, feminine-ass, mammy, Negro bedwench, handkerchief head, Negro pen, low-life bitch shit. I can't stand it when a sister coons. I hate a coon-ass bitch. Okay? And Kenya Moore is that black feminist I can't fucking stand. Oh, she may not talk about burning bras and marching and shit, but she on that feminist bullshit. You know? And the fact of the matter is, for her to disrespect Sheree, and because she's holding you accountable for being part of your fucking for her failed relationships, and the fact that she always finding herself in hostile confrontations and physical altercations, Sheree and everybody and Portia and Phaedra Parks just call Kenya on her fucking bullshit. But the fact that Kenya Moore never takes personal responsibility for putting herself and her life in danger by fucking with people and antagonizing people and provoking people. I hope Kenya Moore I hope something happens to this fucking bitch. Yeah, I said I hope she gets a wake up call. I hope she gets in a situation playing that bullshit, and when she sets the wrong man off, it's over for her. Or the man does something to her, guess what? She's going to go to tell about it, and she's going to have nightmares and have PSTD, post-traumatic stress syndrome, and she's going to be fucked up for life. You know what I'm saying? I hope she gets her nigga wake-up call. Real talk. Because I'm tired of females like Kenya Moore. I mean, I can't stand most of the women on the Housewives of Atlanta, period. But I'm just tired of the bullshit, y'all. The fact that Kenya Moore starts shit, she's a shit starter and likes to cause drama and likes to be rude and condescending. Oh, I'm better than you. I'm superior than you because I'm Miss USA. Bitch, that was like 20 to 30 fucking years ago. Get over it. It's over. Let it go. You don't look like you did 20 to 30 years ago. You're not the woman who was in her who was 18, 19, 20, 21, 25. You don't have them. You're not in your prime years no more, bitch. But you want to fuck around and act like and just be bullshitting, playing games, being rude and nasty, and being a snot-nosed brat, stuck-up Caucasian bitch brat. Thinking about the world that people are supposed to bow down to you and kiss your ass because you got a pussy. You're not no uppity Caucasian privileged female, Kenya Moore. And all you bitches all you coon ass Negro Bedouin bitches, black bitches at that, need to wake the fuck up. You don't have that same privilege to act like a fucking stuck up bitch and be rude and obnoxious and be a fucking feminist and still have to reap the benefits of being looked at and valued as a fucking woman. Brothers don't play that bullshit, okay? Man, shit, I'm just tired of Kenya Moore's bullshit. That's why I don't watch the show, because and the fact of the matter is, Kenya Moore don't have a husband. And then you look at the reason, you look at how this bitch behaves since day one. Since she entered the show, she always been nothing but trouble. She's a shit starter. She loves causing trouble. She loves being rude. She loves being mean. She loves being nasty. She likes being condescending and talking down to people like they don't fucking matter, and just being fucking disrespectful. And she loves playing mind games. She loves causing drama and controversy. I don't care if the show is fake or not. It sends a bad message to young girls. Kenya Moore puts herself in harm's way because she always fucking with people, always talking shit, starting shit, being confrontational, want to start some want to get a reaction out of people, and then when she gets a reaction, now she wants to play victim. I can't stand people like that. Kenya Moore, if you're watching, and any of you bitches like who got that type of black feminist mindset, period, I hope something does happen to you. Some ugly shit happen to you. I hope you do get your wake-up call, because you're gonna piss off somebody, rather be a man or a woman, but especially a man, and we're not gonna put up with your shit. And you will actually be two things will happen to you. Either you will be on your way to the ER in a fucking stretcher in the ambulance, or you be 6 feet under the ground if you don't cut the shit out. Okay, Sheree is not blaming, or anybody is not in the cast. Sheree, Phaedra Parks, Portia is not blaming, and other people are not blaming Kenya Moore for being a victim of domestic violence. What they're doing is, Sheree specifically is doing, is holding Kenya Moore accountable for her bullshit. She is putting herself in harm's way, y'all. She is starting shit. She is creating shit, fucking with people, provoking people, and being mean and nasty and a bitch to people, and fucking with them, and fucking with their emotions and feelings, and being obnoxious, and being annoying as hell, and being unpleasant, being a spoiled brat, having that princess syndrome, that diva princess syndrome that I can't fucking stand on a lot of you bitches out here. Kenya, what Sheree is saying is, Kenya, the common denominator is you. You're always in the same situation. You're always in the same confrontations, the same way, and they always end. They start the same way and end the same way. The common denominator is you. You are responsible for your own behavior. Nobody's holding anybody. Nobody. Let me say this. Nobody's holding Kenya Moore responsible for Matt's behavior, Tammy's nephew, hostile behavior, okay, for snapping at Kenya Moore, or Portia's behavior for snapping at, going off on Kenya Moore. What people are saying, what Sheree and other people are saying, is, Kenya, you need to check yourself and check how you conduct yourself and how you interact and treat people and how you talk to people and how you behave around them and how you conduct yourself. That's what people are saying. Be responsible for your actions. Like I said earlier, over 80% of the time, women initiate domestic violence. Women will talk shit, emasculate, and disrespect a man, or hit a man, or attack a man, and then when a man snaps, then y'all want to play victim. No, you are the victimizer. You are a shit starter that got what you fucking deserve. Okay? You understand? Kabish? My thing is, Kenya Moore, you need to check yourself. You need to stop fucking with people. Stop being an obnoxious, mean, condescending bitch with entitlement issues. Stop thinking that the world revolves around you with your self-entitlement ass. Stop thinking that you better than everybody. You above reproach. You just didn't like the fact that Sheree called you accountable and criticized your dumb ass. If you, I tell you, Kenya Moore, if you are a dark skinned chick, if you was not attractive, you would have never made it. You would have never amounted to shit if you wasn't pretty, at least. If you was not a beautiful woman, you would never make it in this society, in the world. You would never succeed and got as far as you gotten, especially fucking and sucking your way to the fucking top. What people are saying for the last time is that Kenya Moore needs to take personal responsibility for her actions, for her decisions, and how she behaves, and her attitude, and how she treats other people. That's all people are saying. We're not holding you responsible for other people's behavior towards you, even though you were the shit starter, even though you creating these violent outbursts in people from your ex boyfriend, ex fiance, your ex, Matt Jordan, Tammy's nephew, and Portia going off on you. And even when you got into it with other chicks, and even when you got into it, Sheree, you fuck with people, Kenya, and you need to stop that shit. Because I'm telling you, because when it's off camera, you think it's cute, but when one of these days you're gonna come across the wrong person, male or female, especially a man, and then somebody ain't gonna put up with your shit, and you're gonna push the wrong buttons, and you're gonna probably end up and become a statistic, another victim of domestic violence if you don't stop your bullshit, Kenya Moore, and other women like you. You need to stop your bullshit. Check yourself. Don't start shit that you can't fucking finish. Don't pick fights with people if you know you can't beat their ass. Wake the fuck up, people. Women, y'all gotta y'all gotta do better, and you gotta make better decisions in choosing men. And that's all I gotta say. I'm out. Peace.